first impressions video on the Oppo Find N2. I did mention in that video that I will be covering various aspects of the Oppo Find N2. Today's video is not one that I had planned to make. However, I did receive a request from one of my viewers who kindly asked me if I could make a customization video on the Oppo Find N2, which I was duly happy to do. So Simon, this one's for you.
Should you decide to purchase the Oppo Find N2 from one of the Chinese online retailers, first thing to know is that it will come with the Chinese search bar. But what you can do is remove that search bar and have the Google search bar, which is exactly what I have done here. I removed the Chinese one and I've got the Google search bar here. And if you can see, look at that, it's in English, so no issues whatsoever. Okay, so that's that. The other thing you can do with the Google search bar, obviously you have it as a widget and you can move it and have it anywhere you like on the screen. So I really love that. The level of customization on this device is really good, as I shall demonstrate. So again, for this tutorial, I shall leave it right at the bottom there. Okay, so that's good. Another thing to note is when you open the device, with the search bar, you can either have it to the left or to the right. So let me demonstrate that here. You can have it left or to the right. What you cannot do is have it spanning across. So if I try to put it in the middle, look at that, it will go one side or the other. And again, if I just try to extend this like this, it will not accept it. Moving on to the theme store. When you come inside here, first thing to note is that you'll see it's mostly in Chinese writing, but nevertheless, you do have a plethora of wallpapers to choose from. There are just too many. And whilst I may not be able to speak Chinese, but I do understand the word that says free. So you can always take advantage of those many free ones here. Again, you are spoiled for choice. Look, you even have ringtones. Again, I'm not sure if those are free or not. But again, if you don't have any, for example, Google account, subscription account on the device, you can just try it out and I'm assuming that they're all free. So again, Chinese is not very good. In fact, it's non-existent, but you can see again, you are spoiled with endless amounts of wallpaper. I'm not sure what these headings relate to, but again, just feel free to go inside and just look at it. Some of these wallpapers are just stunning. They really are. Look at this. Superb. And again, let's move to this middle section that says category. So again, I don't speak any Chinese, but like I said, you've got, just going by the visuals, you see you've got a wide variety, and you've got more ringtones here. Just before I proceed any further, I do want to take a look at the wallpaper on this device. So as you can see, we have this set of wallpaper on the inner display, and close the device, swipe up, and we have a different wallpaper on the outside display. So that looks really versatile. I did mention earlier that you can have separate wallpapers on the outer display and on the inner display. So rather than just tell you, I shall show it to you. And that also applies to the home screen and the lock screen. So currently we have this wallpaper on the inside, this wallpaper on the inside, and we have the same on the outside. Okay, so what I'm going to do for demonstration purposes, I can do this on the cover screen, but here I should do it here. So if we just press down, then select wallpapers, let's go for something bright like this one, and then you'll see here it does say also apply to cover screen. Now I'm going to untick that like so, and then I shall select the apply to home and lock screen. Okay, so tap on that. So let's see. Wow, so there you go. So that's what the inside looks like. And then if we close the device, you can see now on the outer display, we've got a different wallpaper. To customize your device, you have two ways of doing this. Firstly, you can either go through the settings menu, which I'm going to do, or the other option is if you just press down on the screen like so, and as you can see, you can move all these other widgets around, you can move the apps around and so forth. Now, if you pay attention to the bottom here, so on the left, so you've got wallpapers, icons, widgets, and the more just basically takes you into the settings menu. Okay, so let's go back. Right, so I'm just going to tap on done now, and I'm going to be going through the settings menu. So let's start here. Let's select wallpapers and style, and again, look, you have them pretty much all here. So I'm going to go through each and every one of these. They're always on display: themes, wallpapers, font, icons, colors, and so forth. So let's start with always on display. Again, pretty simple. You can choose any one of these, and this one on the far right here, this emoji, you can set that up with your photo. It'll make some kind of caricature or cartoon of your face, and you can always use that. Okay, so you've got system here, got this polar bear here. Again, all of these are really nice to say. Then moving along, you've got this online always on display styles. It says you have 8 here. Again, if you're a very artistic person, you can come here, so you can see, so these ones you can see they're all in Chinese, but you don't need to speak Chinese to see the word free below the always on this display. Again, really nice. Again, it's just you are just spoiled for choice, honestly, really are. Okay, whilst we're here at the bottom, let's open the theme store. So again, that takes you to the theme store, which I went through earlier. Moving on to wallpapers, you can choose something from your album. I'm going to skip that. And if you see here, you've got some live wallpapers. Again, these are truly stunning. Got, again, so many choices here. Again, so if we go back, then move on to static. So again, a wide range of choices. Seriously, you're never going to fall short of wallpapers on this device. Again, if we move onto here where it says online wallpapers, let's go to classic. Okay, again, just so many wallpapers to choose from. So we go back, go to artistic. Again and again, these are all free, so why not? You've got them, use them. And then just select to the bottom, more wallpapers, and again takes you to pretty much what was in the theme store. Moving on to font, pretty self-explanatory. You can choose from these ones here, and you can increase the font size as well, and then you get a preview at the top of what it will look like. So again, really simple to use, and then once you're happy, select apply. Moving on to one of my favorite customizations on this device, and that is icons. I love this one. Again, it's really simple. You have the icons at the top there, and at the bottom you have the shapes that you can adapt them to. So if you keep your eye on the first 5 from the left, not the tools one, because that's in a folder, you'll see that they will change as I select the shape at the bottom here. So here we go, the icon change there, and again, look at that, really neat. I like that. Look at this, and you've got circle. I really like that. So you select whichever one you like, and then you just tap on apply. Okay, let's move on to colors. Again, you've got your featured colors, you've got your wallpaper colors. If you want, you can even custom it further. So you've got the preview up there. So again, really simple. Then moving on to quick settings. Again, as I showed earlier, so you can have circle, window, this. Again, really nice. Again, let's go back. And another one that I like is this one here. So if you receive a message, you can have it as an edge lighting. So you can have blue, red, yellow. I'll show you the blue one there. And as it states here, you can also apply this to incoming calls. Again, really good. Back, and then as I mentioned earlier, you can change the display size. So you've got standard, let's notice that now, and you've got small. Now that I've taken you through the customization via the settings menu, however, just one more thing that I need to show you. So as I mentioned earlier, the other option of the customization is by pressing down on the screen like so, and you will get these 4 options at the bottom. Obviously we dealt with wallpapers, icons. Again, let me just tap on that just so you can see. There you go, seeing is believing. But the one we haven't covered is the widgets. So let's go on here so you can see you can have clock, you can have maps, radios, messages, calendar, pretty much anything you want. Again, whilst we're here, I want to show you something. So again, I mentioned at the top of the show, when I purchased the Oppo Find N2, it came with the Chinese widget on their search bar, so which I believe is this one here, which you can see is on the right hand side there. And then I just removed it. Again, really simple. Just tap on it like so. Unless you remove widgets, so I want to remove it. And then I installed the Google one, and then I was up and running. And let's go into the more whilst we're here. Just takes you into your settings menu, just shows you some other things you can do on your home and lock screen. Again, really simple. Yeah, raise to wake, double tap to wake or turn on screen, clock start. Again, really simple, so you can just go in there and play about with it. Again, let's just have a look at the taskbar. Okay, so pretty much self-explanatory there. So basically what it's saying is, so again, I've shown you everything within here, so we'll come out. So what that's saying is that these 3 icons will be the last 3 that you use. It would never be these 3 on the left hand side. As well as making customization on the inner display on your device, you can also make changes separately to the outer display. So here we go. What you do, just press down as before. Then starting from left to right, you see we've got wallpapers, icons, widgets. But if you notice, we now have transitions on the outer display only. So if we tap on that, so it's currently on default. So let's go with the roll. There you go. You get a brief demonstration of what it will look like. Let's choose cube. Look at that. Flip. Card. Look at that. And we've got one more tilt. So once you're happy with your choice, just tap on apply and done. As a bonus element to this video, I thought I'd show you something. It's not a customization, just a nice little feature that you can access on your lock screen, either on the outer display or on the inner display. And that is by just swiping across like this, you can access wallpapers which are different on a daily basis. Again, probably maybe therapeutic, you are on your way to work or returning and you just want to have a look at some wallpapers, you can do so. And then once you're done, just check on that mark there, takes you back to the home screen. The other way you can access the wallpapers is this bottom icon on the bottom left. Just hold it down, swipe it like so, and then you can access the wallpapers. And again, that applies to the inner display on the device. Again, really cool. And again, once you're done, that takes you back to the locks. Just before wrapping up this video, I do want to go over one area that I covered earlier in the video, and that is to do with the always on display. So to go by the settings menu, wallpapers and style, And of course, we've got the always on display. Okay, so I've since discovered that if you go to the bottom ones here, where it says online always on display styles, you've got a choice of ATL, which I covered earlier. Now, and then I think I mentioned that they were free, so it states there free for VIPs. So, and that's, in fact, I think that's for all, yes, for pretty much all of these. So where you see it says free for VIPs, I've since found out that that is quite misleading, because if you select any one of them, so let's just go for this one here, look, you'll be met with this buy button here. So let me just go through another one. So let's go for here. So again, you will see the buy button, so you can avoid any of these. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you've got so many other free ones to play with. So what I would say is leave this section alone. On my last point, I do mention about staying away from this online always on display styles. So for fear of contradicting myself, what you can do is go here and then select the theme store. And in this section, you will get plenty of free wallpapers. Well, wallpapers for your always on display. And if you select them here, there's no request to buy any of them. So that's fine. The other thing to pay attention to is that you will still see a lot of these free for VIPs. So you want to avoid those. However, if you look just to the right and to the left here, you have some free ones there. So if I just tap on this one, look at that. So, oh look, there you go. Confirmation that it is free, and that's what you can expect. So again, feel free to go inside there and play around and find some free ones to use. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Sholo. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode. Peace.